7 minutes. In 7 minutes, usually we can make a cup of coffee or take our keys and walk out of the apartment and get into our car. But what if I tell you a robbery happened within just 7 minutes, that too in broad daylight? This is what exactly happened in October 19th, 2025 in Paris in the Louvre Museum. This is not a typical heist story like Ocean's 11 or in shown some movies like it happened at 2:30 in the morning. This happened in broad daylight and in the end, millions worth of jewels have been lost. Hi guys, in today's video, let's get into what happened in the Louvre Museum in Paris on October 19th, 2025. At the outset, let's talk about the Louvre Museum in Paris. This is one of the world's most famous museums and it is one of the most visited museums in the world. Around 25,000 people visit this museum. This is also one of the most heavily fortified museums with over 450 guards working in 8-hour shifts with 1,200 cameras present in and around that area. Actually, in this area, the heist did not happen in the main entrance or anything. It actually happened in the first floor, which is called as the Gallery of Apollo, where the crown jewels of France are present. And how did the thieves get in there? They used a service ladder to gain direct entry into the first floor. And in this room, these jewels were guarded in glass areas. But this glass was not thick enough for these modern day cutters, and the thieves just opened it and took it out. And the in and out time was just 7 minutes because they knew that after 7 minutes, the police will enter there. This video is a preliminary video which we got of the thieves robbing the Gallery of Apollo in the Louvre Museum. We can see how quickly they are cutting the glass using these steel grinders and how they are doing it in broad daylight with visitors present in that area. This we can see is straight out of a novel, and even now the thieves are at large and we don't know where are they actually and what is the status of the jewels they have stolen. When the dust settled down, this is when they realized what happened. The authorities were thinking, within a blink of an eye, that is within 7 minutes, millions of worth of jewels have gone. So what actually these robbers did? This was not like some job like one person wakes up and he decides that he's going to rob the most famous museum in this world. No, this was meticulously planned and four things helped them. The first one was the speed in which they did it. The speed was because they used two-wheelers. Because the Paris, the traffic is very high. Using four-wheelers, they'll get stuck in traffic. So they came with two-wheelers and they used this service ladder to get up to the first floor directly. See, using service ladders in Paris is very common because in lot of the buildings, construction, maintenance goes on. So parking a service ladder there was not a major obstacle for them. We don't know who came and kept this service ladder, or was this service ladder previously kept there only. All this the investigation will tell. But using this service ladder, they could directly access into the first floor. This was their first victory because they were able to evade the authorities because the guards were present inside. Outside, the guards are very less because if you see the anatomy of this Louvre Museum, you can see that the entrance is in the center in the shape of a pyramid. Also, there are four other entrances in the side, but they chose the side that is behind, which could help them easily gain access into the first floor. This is one of their most genius plan where the speed that is in and out in 7 minutes was their first one which helped them. The second thing which helped them was the disguise. They wore maintenance uniform. This is available for 12 euros in Paris and they could easily get it. And they wore face masks such that their face will not be recognized. This was another move which would help them to make sure that they are recognized in a later period using AI softwares, but by then they will escape France. The third thing was the angle grinders which they used. This was able to easily cut through the glass to make sure that these jewels are taken easily and they can run away with it. And the fourth thing was their getaway plan. See, they came in two-wheelers, the Yamaha two-wheelers. So they were having a pre-planned exit route such that they came down, they immediately took the bike. Before authorities could realize what happened, they were on their way out. Until now, we don't know where they are. and the search is still underway. When finally the report came out that this robbery happened, the museum was evacuated, and eventually a team of 60 detectives came in and they started accounting what was lost. About 60 million worth of necklace diamonds were lost. Now let's see the list of jewels which were stolen from this gallery of Apollo in Louvre Museum. The emerald necklace and a pair of earrings belonging to Empress Mary Lucy. A tiara worn by Empress Eugene, who was the wife of Napoleon III. A large jewel encrusted bow, which also belonged to the Empress. A necklace that belonged to Queen Mary Emile. One pair of earrings, which previously belonged to the 19th century queen. See, most probably what the thieves are going to do with these jewels, they are actually going to cut it and resell it. They cannot sell these jewels as it is because they will be easily caught and there will be no buyer to buy these actual jewels. So this team of 60 detectives who have actually embarked on the journey of catching these thieves have to be more vigilant to catch these thieves before they could escape France, because most probably they will go to places like Tel Aviv because there they can easily recut this diamond and sell it off. So the authorities should make sure that they catch them before they leave France, because it is already 40 hours over the time the crime happened, and every minute we miss going to give them more chance to escape France and go to the other country, because once they leave France it becomes difficult to catch them. So it is very imperative that these authorities catch them on time to make sure that these jewels are taken back, because this tells of centuries of history of France, and losing these diamonds is like losing a part of history of France. See, now it has been lost and we need to recover it back. All that is fine. Now what we need to see is how the investigators are going to investigate it. The first thing the investigators need to do is look into the CCTV footage. See, the CCTV footage, they shouldn't see it like the last week or 2 weeks before this. They should actually look into the CCTV footage of the last 3-4 months to check if there were people who were repeatedly coming into this gallery of Apollo regularly. Like, a group of people, the same people coming into the gallery and checking out this. Because the ease in which they came out, they used the service ladder, came to the first floor, used angle grinders, opened it, took the jewels and came out. Doesn't look like they woke up one day and decided to be thieves, but actually they have gone there, checked their entry and exit routes, checked what they have to take. See, they have taken jewels in such a way that they can easily carry them. There were a lot more heavier jewels which were present there, which they have purposefully left it there. So you can see that they have perfectly planned it. So authorities have to look into this CCTV camera for the last 3-4 months to check if any similar looking people had come there, because while coming to rob they had actually put face masks and used maintenance code, so identifying them will be difficult. So they have to look into this last 3-4 months CCTV to look if any similar looking people have come there. Also, they left some angle grinders there. Some DNA will be present there. They have to match that DNA with crime records previously got in France, because these doesn't look like thieves who are doing it for the first time. These are mostly repeat offenders, and some DNA can be caught, and even if they catch one person, it will be easy to catch the others. The one more thing which the authorities can do is they should see if they have any help from the inside. See, an attack of this magnitude, see, they went in, they took it and went out in 7 minutes, cannot happen without any inside help. See, we can only speculate at this time, but you just imagine you come rob in a house with so much precision before even people realizing that this is happening, the theft has happened. So most probably there could have been some disgruntled employee who would have helped them. But until further investigation comes, we cannot comment on that. But authorities have to look it at this angle also. And also they can look into the CCTV footage of how these bikes came in and went out. See, they actually lost them in the CCTV. That's what they are saying. But most probably they will know where they have gone, and the search is underway right now. They should make sure that these thieves don't leave France, because once they leave France, it is difficult to catch them, because the first thing they will do is they'll cut these jewels and resell it. After that, you're not going to know where they are. They'll have the money, and centuries worth of culture of France will be be lost. More than money, the culture will be lost. So authorities have to be more vigilant on this. And also, there is a criticism saying that the funding for security for museums in France have reduced in the last 2 months. Also, this is the third haste in France in the last 2 months in the museums of France. So this, the government has to introspect to check what is happening and to increase the budget for this security. See, of course, in retrospect, everybody is an expert. I can tell this could have been done, that could have been done. But these are just some suggestions which we can give to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And also, the authorities have to be more vigilant in catching these thieves, because it is already 40 hours and they have not yet caught the thieves, and that should be their first priority right now. So, in conclusion, we can see that the speed, precision, and how these thieves robbed amazes us. But at the same time, it is alarming because centuries worth of culture and money also is lost, because these jewels are very expensive, and it speaks volumes about French culture. And authorities should make sure that they catch these thieves again, and also beef up the security in these Louvre Museum as well as the other museums in France, to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because previously also many thefts have happened in this Louvre Museum, most famously in 1911 when the Mona Lisa was stolen. Eventually it was got back. But now they need to introspect how this happened, and how easily thieves were able to get in and get out is alarming. So they have to introspect all this, beef up the security, and also the other features of reinforcing with thicker glass, to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Do like, share, and subscribe me for more interesting videos.